Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to build some rock hard abs. Let's get to it. What's up, everybody? Coach Mike here. We got some core for you. We're going to be focusing primarily on the obliques today. A little bit of the low core, a little bit of the hips, a little bit of the shoulders, but primarily focusing on that obliques. So let's make sure we have a nice safe space. Let's get into it and let's go have some fun. But we'll get started. Anybody else that hops in, we'll let them just kind of join us with it. And let's get to it. So we're going to get started. Walk one, get the blood pumping, get the muscles stretched out a little bit. Let's go into the world's greatest stretch. So two ways we can do this, whether you're kneeling or back leg straight. I'm going to go back leg straight, but I'll show you the kneeling first. In this kneeling position, whatever leg is back, whatever leg's on the ground, we're going to go same arm straight on the ground. From there, just slight lean into that front side. Now everything else is going to be pretty much the same if you're straight up or knee on the ground. So I'm going to go straight up here, leg straight. From here, we're going to take the opposite arm, go on the inside of that knee, just push down just a touch, and then from there, rotating up as high as we can, as far as we can. Coming down, I like to thread the needle through my opposite arm as far as I can. And then a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So straightening out that front leg, pushing that heel to the ground on that back leg. And let's go right back to it. Right back down, I'll show you in the front here. So right down, rotating up. Again, trying to get that thoracic spine, a little bit of rotation here. Thread the needle. And then try to straighten that leg out, get that back of that leg going. One more time. Again, if you're on that knee, same idea. Kneeling forward, rotating up and down. And then that little bit of a hamstring stretch. All right, let's go same thing on the other side. So again, straight leg or bent knee, whichever you prefer. Still getting that lean, you're going to feel that hip flexor stretch here. Rotating up and down. You'll notice one side's going to be a little bit more tight. This side for me kind of hurts. I wouldn't say hurt, but you want to feel a little bit more on that tender area. Two more times. And last one here. And relax. All right, let's go into a quadruped position. So on all fours here, it's one of my favorite stretches. You guys probably know what's coming on if you've been any of my classes. Hand under the shoulders, knees under the hip. We're gonna go one hand upside down and thread the needle through our opposite arm and reach as far as we can. Get a little thoracic rotation, a little bit of shoulder movement here. We're gonna go 5 times, just back and forth, trying to reach as far as we can each time. And same thing onto that other side. So opposite hand upside down, threading the needle. Again, gonna feel that through the rotate or through the spine on that rotation, through that thoracic spine, a little bit into the shoulder, back to those shoulder blades. 5 times here. Let's push my shoulder down to the ground as far as I can here. 2 more. And one last one, we're going to activate those glutes just a touch. Squeezing the glutes in this quadruped position, kicking straight back for donkey kicks, hip extension, whichever you prefer. We're going to go 5 times, emphasizing the squeeze of the glute. Big thing here is keeping the core tight, staying flat to the back, so what we don't see is that arch of the spine. Spine staying straight, spine staying strong. All that movement is coming through the glutes. And then we're going to get started in circuit 1. We're going to have some fun. Like I said, a lot of new movements today, or movements that we haven't done in the past. Of course, I say that in our very first move as a mountain climber, which of course we do plenty of times, but outside of that, some different movements that we may not have done in a while. All right, let's get to it. So, circuit 1. We're going to go 20 seconds of work, kind of like what we've been doing for the past month or so. 20 seconds of work, 4 rounds, 3 exercises. So the key here is we're going to go 20 seconds of exercise 1, 20 seconds of exercise 2, 20 seconds of exercise 3, rest for 20, repeat 3 more times for a total of 4 rounds. So I'll show you all 3 exercises. We'll do all 3 exercises, rest 20, and then repeat. So first one, as I mentioned, is going to be a mountain climber. Hands over the shoulders in that push-up position, keeping that core tight. Just kind of marching in place or climbing in place, just going back and forth as fast as we can or at our own pace, 20 seconds there. From there, we're going to rotate right into a lateral plank. So easy way to rotate is just right like so. So push-up position, rotate right up. Now we did this last month, but I don't think we did this for only 1 week here. We're doing what we call a lateral plank with a dynamic toe touch. So we're going to hike at the hips, try to touch that back foot, push those hips up, kind of almost like a pike, back and forth, 20 seconds. Now obviously we're doing one side here. Second round, we'll switch over, doing that other side for the second round, obviously. And then back and forth for the third and fourth. Last one, we're going to do what we call an oblique row. We're going to set up like we're doing a Russian twist. So sitting up nice and tall, legs, I like to cross and just pull them right into kind of this elevated position. And then from there, we're imagining we're rowing a boat. Imagine you're holding that row and just kind of pulling back and forth here. If you have a weight, grab that weight. Same idea. We're kind of rowing that boat, trying to get that rotation through the spine, a little bit more rotation than a Russian twist, kind of reaching back and doing that circular motion. So from the front, you're here, kind of rowing back and forth, 20 seconds of work. Again, trying to get as much rotation through that spine as we can. If you have a dowel or a golf club, you can grab that club and kind of use that as a movement too. Entirely up to you. I'll probably go in the garage, grab my golf club, kind of show you that movement, but we'll see. All right. So those are our 3 exercises: mountain climbers, lateral plank with that dynamic toe touch, and then the oblique row. 20 seconds of work for all 3, 20 seconds of rest after. Let's get to it. Ready? 4 rounds here. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Mountain climbers. Just going 20 seconds. Again, moving at our own pace, whether it be nice and slow, hands under those shoulders, or nice and fast here. We're 10 seconds in. Again, strong core. We got 5 seconds. We're going to switch into that lateral plank to dynamic toe touch. 2, 1. Let's rotate. Hands up. Pike those hips up. And just reach. Try to tap that toe as we're coming up. If you can't tap, that's fine. If that movement's too much, just hold this lateral plank. This is fine too. 3, 2, 1. Oblique row. Sitting back. Again, just reaching as we come. Trying to control our legs as we're going through. If that's too much, drop those legs. Get that rotation through the spine, but still able to control our feet. 2, 1. Relax. 20 seconds rest here. I'm going to go grab a golf club for you. Alright, I'll show you on the next round. We got 10 seconds. We're going back into mountain climbers. Again, next round, we're going to go the opposite side on that lateral plank. Ready? 2, 1, and go. Round 2. 3 to go. Again, we're moving at our own pace here, whether it be super quick or controlled here. Big thing, keep the core tight, keep that back flat. We're standing nice and strong through that spine. 3, 2, 1, lateral plank. Rotate it over, tap that toe. Again, hips up the entire time, push those hips up on that reach. Try to keep that hand under the shoulder. Protect that shoulder as we're going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oblique row. So if you're grabbing a golf club, I grabbed my trusty 6-iron here. You're kind of rowing that side as far back as you can here. Trying to reach as we're going. Get as much rotation through the spine. May feel easy, but once you start to add it with that extra little toe touch that we just did, it gets a little harder. And relax. We're halfway through. We're going to go round 3 in about 10 seconds here. Ready? Round 3 and go. Mountain climbers. Get hands under those shoulders. Just keep it moving here. If the movement's too much, just hold this plank. Hold this push-up position, keep that core nice and tight, hands still staying under the shoulder. You can even drop to a knee if you need to and hold this modified plank. 3, 2, 1, let's switch. Toe touch. Big thing again, just keep it moving here. Try to keep that hand under the shoulder. If you start to feel yourself reaching out, just reset. Protect that shoulder as we're moving. Keep the core tight, keep those glutes tight on that straight position. 2, 1, and switch. Oblique row. I like to lock my hands together if I don't have anything. Just gives me a better feel. A little bit more control through that movement. Further back we lean, harder it's going to be. More straight up, a little bit easier. And relax. That's 3 rounds down, 1 to go. We got 3 serves today, so we're kind of moving quick through these. As you can tell, 5 seconds, we're finishing off round 4. 2, 1, let's go. Again, keep those hands under those shoulders. Hold this plank position if you need to. Drop to the knees if you need to. If you even want to add a little extra on this last round, add a little bit of a rotation. Drive that knee to the opposite elbow. Now you're getting the obliques a little bit more so here. Really working them. 2, 1, and switch. As I was saying, keep those hips tight. If we stay loose at the hips, we start to sag. We start to have some issues on the core there. If we keep them nice and tight, we have a straight line from head to toe. Really, really keeping a strong core. 2, 1, and switch. Oblique row. Let's finish strong here. Finish strong. About halfway. Last 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Circuit 1 down. Give about a minute, minute and a half, and then we'll get started with circuit 2. We're going to do the same idea. 20 seconds of work for 3 exercises. 20 seconds rest between each round. Total of 4 rounds. We have a little finisher at the very end. Get the blood pumping. And have some fun. At least my definition of fun. I know some people have a different definition, but it's my definition. Alright. As always, try to slow your breathing down. Try to control ourselves through that rest period there. Helps slow the heart rate down, get us ready for the second circuit. We're going to do another minute or so. I'll talk you through the next 3 exercises. All of them are going to be on the ground. Kind of 2 lying on the ground, 1 in kind of a push-up position. We're going to start off in a dead bug. Now, normal dead bug, knees are going to be 90 degrees, arms straight in front, and we're alternating, going back and forth. This one we're going to do a isometric hold. So from this position, we're going to take one hand, place it on the opposite knee. From there, I like to crunch up just a touch, picking my head up, picking my shoulders up, opposite leg out, opposite arm out. We're just going to hold here for 20 seconds. Keeping the pressure on our hand and knee, activating the core. This is going to make it a little bit harder on us. Adding that little crunch and hold. 20-second hold. Obviously, second round, we're going to switch over to the other side. Third round, back to the first. Fourth round, finishing off on that second side again. From there, a seated pike. So we're going to be sitting up, legs straight, just sitting kind of nice and tall. Hands at our side. From there, picking those legs up. Now, we're going to add a little flutter. So keeping our legs up and just flutter. Further back we lean, harder it's going to be. More straight up, it's a little bit easier. 20 seconds of work. And then we're going to finish off with plank jacks. Push-up position, hands under the shoulders. Just going back and forth. Almost like we're doing a jumping jack in that plank position. You can add a push-up if you want after so many. I like to do like 5 plank jacks. And then 1, 2, say we did 5. Push-up. And then repeat. If you want to add a little extra strength, if you want to add a little extra chest to it, you're more than welcome to. Entirely up to you. 20 seconds of work. And then after those 3 rounds, we got 20 seconds of rest. Get my timer set. All right, let's get to it. So we're gonna start off in that dead bug. 20 seconds here going into that pike flutter, finishing off with the plank jacks. Ready? 3, 2, hold 1, let's go. Remember, opposite arm, opposite leg reaching out, keeping this tension on this knee. If this is too much, if the isometric hold is too much, you can add a little bit of movement. If you start to feel some pressure in the back, feel some pressure in the hips. 3, 2, 1, pike flutters. Sitting up, legs up, adding those flutters. Trying to keep our legs up the entire time. Rest if you need. If you start to feel some of that tension in the core, or too much tension in the core, or tension in the low back there, you can rest, that's fine. 3, 2, 1, let's flip it over. Plank jacks. Again, handstand to the shoulders. Try to keep your ankle bones from knocking into each other like I did that first round, or that first movement, it kind of hurts. Crazy how much that little bone can cause so much pain there. 3, 2, 1, relax. 20 seconds rest. We're flipping it back over to dead bugs, working the second side now. Halfway. Again, trying to hold the entire time, 5 seconds. If we need to reset, by all means, ready, and go. Again, keeping the core tight, keeping the leg off the ground, 90 degrees at the knee, 90 degrees at the hip. 10 seconds, we're gonna go into the pike flutters. So it's more about the lack of movement than the actual movement here, keeping everything off the ground. 2, 1, and lift. Pike flutters. If you want to add even extra intensity, try to keep your hands off the ground. Really control it through your core. If you need to, keep yourself with the hands. That's fine. 5 seconds, we're going to flip over to the plank jacks. 2, 1, and switch. Just like with those mountain climbers, if you need to, just hold this push-up position. This is fine. You can even add that push-up, whatever you choose. The hands staying under the shoulders, strong through the core. What we don't want to see is this. And relax, 20 seconds rest. Here, we don't want to see our hips rising too much. We don't want to see our hips dropping to the ground. As I've always said, nice straight line from head to toe. I know I sound like a broken record with that. 5 seconds, we're going around 3. Back to the original side. 2, 1, and go. Again, keep those hips up, or sorry, not keep those hips up, keep those shoulders up, off the ground, strong through the core. Obviously, make sure you're breathing. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Pike flutters. Just keep them moving, keep them moving. Again, further back we lean, more strain on that core. More straight up, makes it a little bit easier. 3, 2, 1, and plank jacks. Again, add that push-up if you want. You can do it at your own pace with those push-ups. Drop to the knees if you need to for a push-up. Or just keep going with the plank jacks. Whichever you want. I don't judge. 2, 1, and relax. 20 more seconds rest. We got one more round. Let's take a break. We got a little finisher. Halfway. All right, let's finish strong. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. 20 more seconds here. Finish strong here. Big thing, keep this tension. We don't want to just be sitting here just like so. We want to add that little tension. You should feel that core working just by pushing into that knee with that hand. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Pike flutters. Yeah, that dead bug may look easy because you're not really moving. But once you add that little tension, once you add that little push into the knee with the hand, you should feel that. 5 seconds, we're going to switch to those plank jacks. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Keep those hands on the shoulders. Let's finish strong with our last 15 seconds of work here. Last 10. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and time. All right, a little bit of a break. We're gonna go probably a 3 to 5 minute finisher, and then we can call it a day. Excuse me. All right, we're gonna do 2 exercises. Like I said, it's gonna be 3 to 5 minutes. 221. Let's go 5 minutes. Trying to get as many rounds through the 5 minutes as we can. So our 2 exercises, we're gonna do a burpee, but we're gonna do something with the burpee as well. So if you guys remember the quadruped kick through, so in this kind of quadruped position, picking the knees up, we're adding a little kick through, 1 on each side, burpee, right back down. Alternating back and forth, 1 on each side before adding that burpee. 5 times total. From there, we're going to drop into a pillow bridge to plank. So starting off, forearms on the ground, going from pillow bridge right into that plank. Now normally I would say we're doing 5 times off the right arm, 5 times off the left arm. We're just going to go 5 total. Try to alternate between pushing off the right and pushing off the left. And then we're going right back into the quadruped kick through to a burpee. So, 2 exercises, quadruped kick through to burpee, pillow bridge to plank, 5 minutes total. Trying to get as many rounds through those 5 minutes as we can. Let's get right to it. 3, 2, 1, and go. 5 minutes, again, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, that kick through, just right here, and right here. Jump up, burpee, I don't want to hit my head on the ceiling, right back into that quadruped position. Now we're trying to add some speed to it, but still keeping those hands under the shoulders, knees staying under the hips. 5 times total with the burpee. Try not to rotate too much, like I almost just did. I've lost count. I think I got 1 more. And then we're going into that pillow bridge to plank. Hands stay under the shoulders, or elbows stay under the shoulders on that pillow bridge. Drop to the knees if you need to. This is fine. We're going hands straight up. 5 times off of each side. We're 1 minute in already. Sorry, 5 times total, not 5 times off each side. I just said that earlier. All right, once you know the round, repeating on the center round 2. Take a break as you need. Jumping up and down, it hurts. Again, try to get as many rounds as we can through each exercise. Keeping those knees under the hips, keeping those hands under the shoulders. We're 2 minutes in. If you need to, again, take a break. Even if you want, what you can add is go all 5 of this kick through on each side, and then go 5 burpees. So instead of 2 exercises, technically 3, you're doing the quadruped kick through, burpee, pillow bridge to plank. So just like I did my 5 on the kick through, we add a burpee 5 times here. Just for time's sake, we're gonna go 4 minutes, just because we're already running out of time here. So we got a minute and a half left to work here. Should be good for 1 more round. Again, pillow bridge to plank, you can drop to the knees if you need. Last minute here. Let's finish strong. Again, break it up as you need, or however you need. Trying to keep those knees off the ground if we can. Last 45. Add that push-up on the burpee if you choose. If you're breaking it up, that's fine. 30 seconds here. All right, last rep. Seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice work, everybody. Hopefully your heart rate's bumping. Should be able to hear me breathing pretty heavy. I hate burpees. They suck. But they're good for you. That's what they tell me anyway. Try to slow our breathing down. Nice slow inhale. Nice slow exhale. Let's go into a stretch. We're gonna go a bent knee hamstring stretch. So one leg's gonna be on the ground. We're gonna pull that knee into the chest. From here, grab the back of that knee. Try to pull in as much as we can. Now just try to straighten your leg out. Hold for a second or two and relax. We're gonna go 5 times. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Try to stretch out that hamstring. And then we'll do the same thing onto the other side. Nice way to start the week out, right? All right, and from here, we're gonna add a little rotation. So we're gonna go bent knee or straight leg crossover. So bent knee crossover, 90 degrees at the hip, 90 degrees at the ankle, just crossing over the opposite side. Straight leg is just taking that leg instead of bending. Straight leg. You're gonna feel in the hips, kind of the outside part of the hips, into that spine. Trying to keep our shoulders on the ground. I like to push down to the ground with my opposite hand. Just get a little extra rotation here. And get a little crack in the spine. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We're gonna go 3 times on each side. Who's calling me? Oh, that's pest control. Oh, that was a good one. Again, 3 times each side. We're gonna ignore that. And relax. All right. Nice work, everybody.